this computer. All right, we're recording. Excellent. All right, so a reminder, we had talked about it before I started recording, but a reminder, we are not going to have class on Wednesday. Okay. I just found out last week that there was a conference that I was approved to go to, and I wasn't quite sure if that was going to go through, so I didn't want to make any changes. But I did find out that that conference did go through. So my conference starts at 3 o'clock on Wednesday. So it's the same time as the end of my other class. I don't really want to push it. And so, which I think is going to work out okay. Like I was mentioning before, we're going to cover chapter 5 today, which is about cruises. And then chapter 6 and 7 are both about restaurants. And so by doing those next week, we'll kind of have the restaurant chapters together. So we won't have class on Wednesday, but please make sure you just watch those videos, get ready for next week. We'll cover chapter 6 and 7 in 1 week. All right. Any questions, comments, concerns? All right. So what did y'all learn about cruises? What was interesting or something that you didn't quite know about? How many different cruises? Yeah. What do you mean? Like, you mean like different brands or just different types?
Yeah, it's like it's so many. I thought it was kind of all tied into one, but it's not. It is, but it's not.
Yeah. So when you think about cruises, what do you traditionally think about? The Titanic.
Like rich people, middle people, poor
Oh,
people.
okay, okay. So the different classes of people. Okay, gotcha. Not crashing, gotcha. So what else? Like what else do you think about when you envision when someone says you want to go on a cruise? What do you think you're gonna do on the cruise? Potentially, if you have an inclusive package, eat. Okay, like the water parks. Yeah. Okay. A casino potentially. What's that? More than one thing? Oh, day. Yes, more than one day. Absolutely. Yep. And they can be anywhere from a short 3 day, 7 day. There's even people that travel the cruises all year round. They live on the cruise. Yep. Yep. What else? The main companies. Yep. Which are Carnival, Royal Caribbean, and Norwegian.
Oh yeah.
Norwegian. So when I always think of cruises, I think of like Caribbean vacations, right? Um, but I know I've never been on a cruise before. But I know that my family has done cruises to Alaska. I have friends who are a little bit older. They like to do river cruises. So areas that are like major rivers like the Mississippi or over in Europe, they have major rivers. They have much smaller boats, right? That can go up and navigate. So it's a little bit more intimate. Not as, not as crazy as you and your closest 5,000 friends on a boat. I can't even imagine being. Has anybody been on a cruise? You guys fun? You think it's okay? It's fun. Um, what's that? You were on a boat? Okay. Um, yeah. So I mean, the cruises I think are something that's really interesting because I mean, once the ship leaves, they could potentially restock in other locations, but really once they leave, pretty much everything is self-sustained. You do stop in different ports and have activities on land if you sign up for those or you want to go and try those different ports. So it is kind of a really cool way to get around from a transportation perspective. Um, so that's pretty much all I'm going to record for today because I'm going to show a couple of different clips from one of my favorite shows on Amazon called Secret Life of Cruise. If you've not seen it, hopefully you're going to see some really cool information, learn some information about the cruise. So go ahead and get out a piece of paper, something that you can take notes on. Think about something about that's really interesting that we can talk about after the videos are done. Things that you want to remember. If you've been on a cruise, maybe you are gonna think about something that you didn't quite know was something that went on behind the scenes. And so, because it is on Amazon Prime, obviously I can't record it and then show it on YouTube. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording for class today. But if you are absent, then you can, if you have access to Amazon Prime, then you can watch The Secret Life of Cruises.